Welcome to our Hive Studios. How well do you know your customers? Data has become the most accurate way of knowing who your customers are, what they want, and how to target them. The ultimate goal is to attract loyalty to your brand and ensure customers always come back for more. But how to build customer loyalty in a noisy market? To learn more about this, I visited GWI's head office in London, a leading audience targeting company that delivers insights to agencies, organizations, and brands. They operate in 47 markets and reach millions of customers each year. I spoke with Jason Mander, Chief Research Officer at GWI. Let's see what he had to say about customer loyalty. Good afternoon, Jason.
Good afternoon.
If we look at the retail industry, it can be challenging to build customer loyalty in such a busy market. Do you have any tricks that you can give to our audience about it?
Sure. So I think it comes down to understanding what customers are looking for from companies. And in our research, the two things that come through very clearly that they want most at the moment are authenticity and value. If we help to break those down, we can start with value. That doesn't necessarily mean the cheapest price. Certainly in some sectors, it will be important to just have the cheapest price tag. But in most cases, consumers are willing to pay that little bit more if they think they're getting good value for money. So conveying a sense of value is hugely important. Then there's authenticity. Consumers want to be an idealized version of themselves. There are lots of issues they care about at the moment: the environment, social justice, diversity and inclusion. But particularly with a cost of living crisis, they can't always enact the decisions they would like to. They simply can't afford it. So if you can be a company that helps them feel good and can show your support for any of those causes that matter to them, it's a way to make the consumer feel really good about their purchase. So concentrate on authenticity and value, and loyalty will start to follow.
What's the role of emotions? How important it is to build an emotional relationship with a brand before becoming loyal to it?
Sure. I mean, most brands feel like they need to build an emotional connection. It will matter more in some categories than others. For lower value everyday purchases, emotion won't play such a factor. For higher value or more important purchases, then an emotional connection can be a real driver for customer loyalty and behaviour. And there's a couple of ways we see that playing out. About 1 in 3 in the UK say that they are more likely to advocate a brand if they have a feeling of love towards it, an emotional connection, a sort of strong bond. So they will become your spokespeople, your ambassadors, if you can build that sense of emotion with them. They're also more likely to have a sense of trust and authenticity in that brand if they feel that there's that emotional connection. It's not easy to build, it can be lost quite quickly, but if you can get to the holy grail, then it's absolutely something brands should be pursuing.
How can brands and retailers develop customer service in an omnichannel retail scenario?
So customer service is getting harder and harder for brands to deliver on as consumers spread themselves across more channels, more shopping environments, but still carry the same expectations about how they should interact with that brand. Whether you're an in-store shopper or an online shopper across any of the channels available to you, you expect the brand to deliver on the best level of customer service. If you're the brand, that means having all those channels connected and sewn up and reducing friction as much as possible. So whether your customer is getting in touch in a store, via live chat, on the phone, via social, they should expect the same information and same experience back to them. Certainly there are some contexts where you can be more playful, like social, you'd expect less formality, but it's about giving that joined up experience as best as possible.
Digital marketing is all about personalization. How can data insights be used to drive business growth?
So I would say the most important thing here is that the customer is comfortable with how and why you're using their data to deliver personalization. If they are, then their appetite for what you're offering is just much greater. So if you can drive recommendations or tips or other things that genuinely help that customer based on their data or their purchase history, that's the way to go. I would say there's a big opportunity coming here, though. If you think about brands building for the metaverse, we know that consumers like being in the metaverse because they can personalize and customize a version of themselves. They can choose their own avatars. They can make it feel really personal. So there's an opportunity there for brands to be engaging with consumers in the metaverse on a much more personal, customized type of scenario than we've been used to before.
Any final advice for brands and retailers to capture their audience?
Ooh, that's a big one. Yes, okay. So I would say it's more important than ever before to be making data-driven decisions. Whether you're using data to verify your hunches, check your assumptions, or find out something new, more and more we're seeing brands need to prove that those strategic decisions they're making are based on real hard data.
Thank you so much, Jason, for having us and for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you. It's been a real pleasure.
And thank you for watching.